Welcome to our podcast. My name is Maisie.
I'm Reece.
I'm Cameron.
And I'm Alec.
Today we will be talking about drugs.
And alcohol.
And how they affect your body.
Our first topic is cannabis.
It is legal here in the UK, but they're trying to get it medicalised.
Medical marijuana is for patients who can't take normal anti-pain drugs, and they have to take a substitute of marijuana, which is more safe for the patient.
Cannabis is the most widely used illegal drug in Britain. Cannabis has a number of different effects. Taking cannabis can make people feel chilled out, relaxed and happy, and they may get the giggles or become very talkative. It can make you feel very hungry. This is sometimes called getting the munchies.
Cannabis can freak you out.
Once you take cannabis, it can increase your heart rate and affect your blood pressure, which can especially be harmful with people that have heart disease, etc.
It is reported that frequent use of cannabis may affect fertility. It can cut a man's sperm count and can suppress ovulation in women.
Different people take drugs for different reasons. Some people want to experiment and are curious about what drugs are like.
People also take drugs because the group that they're in aren't helping them, and they peer pressure into making them take drugs.
When some people take drugs, they might experience a short-lived period of feeling happier, more energetic, more relaxed, more empathetic. Or for unusual alternate it can be very tempting to try and relive these experiences and might lead to people to continue taking drugs.
What is Xanax?
Xanax is a type of tranquilizer, can also be known as Valium. Some key effects that you get with it is people depend on the drug and they can't live without it. And it also, you get decreased concentration, tremors, nausea, vomiting, headaches, anxiety, panic, and you can also get depressed.
People can get dependent on drugs, especially Xanax, with some people getting very reliant on their use and finding if they stop that, they get really nasty withdrawal symptoms, including decreased concentration, trauma, nausea, vomiting, headaches, anxiety, panic attacks, and depression.
The risks have been shown to cause short-term memory loss, and big doses can make a user forgetful and make them overly sleepy. They can be highly addictive.
Alcohol is also considered a drug by some people because it has effects on how you behave and also affects your behaviour when you're intoxicated. It has the effect of making you lose your balance and act more childish, basically.
It can also ruin relationships with your friends, family, any loved ones.
A small amount can reduce feelings of anxiety, which can help you feel more sociable.
Alcohol also increases the chance of you having a car crash, which is why there is a limit on how much you can drink and then drive your car afterwards. Many deaths are caused by drunk driving accidents a year, and this is why the government is trying to crack down on this.
The more long-term effects may include damage to the brain, body and its organs. This can take years to develop and can lead to a wide range of serious health problems like cancer.
Alcohol also destroys your kidney and can lead to kidney failure. This can also lead to death, which is why it is under more attack from the government, and a lot of young people who have gone out to parties and got really drunk have actually died from alcohol poisoning and kidney failure.
Mainly underage people.
Children under The age of 16 must be accompanied by an adult in a pub or a bar to be served. That is the law.
But you also have to be eating something. It has to be served with a meal, and it can only be a cider.
It's against the law for anyone under 18 to buy alcohol in a pub or off licence or supermarket. It's illegal for an adult to buy someone who's underage alcohol. What is cocaine?
Cocaine's an addictive drug derived from coca and prepared synthetically. It's used as an illegal stimulant.
Cocaine, also known as crack, is a Class A drug. That means they're illegal to have, give away or sell. If you ever get caught with cocaine selling or in possession, you could get up to 7 years in jail.
Jeez.
Also, supplying someone else, including friends or anyone, could get you life and an unlimited fine. If the police catch you with cocaine, they'll always take action against you. This could include a formal caution, arrest, or even prosecution. A conviction for a drug-related offence could have a serious impact. It can stop you visiting certain countries, for example, the United States, and limit your types of jobs that you can apply for in the future.
You usually take cocaine by snorting it, which is through the nasal passage. This can lead to the destruction of your nasal passage and the bridge between each nostril, and it makes you look, in my words, quite weird.
I never actually knew that.
Cocaine can make you feel on top of the world, very confident, alert and awake. Some people can get overconfident, arrogant and aggressive and end up taking very careless risks. It raises the body's temperature and makes your heart beat faster and reduces your appetite. The effects start to wear off when people experience a long come down. When they feel depressed and run down, the crash can happen for days afterwards. What is codeine?
Codeine is an opiate drug used to treat mild to moderate pain. It is also available from doctors as prescription only medicine. What the fuck is this on? Or directly from a pharmacy combined in lower doses with aspirin, ibuprofen and paracetamol. It's used to treat pain but does not respond to simple painkillers.
The effects of codeine is the feeling of warmth and well-being, calm and relax, as well as sleepiness. The other effects are a loss of appetite, confusion, mood swings and vomiting. Taking it out at a very high dosage can be fatal. And what is the law opinion on codeine?
Codeine is a substance controlled under the Class B of the Misuse Drug Act. This means it is legal to have, give away or sell. Codeine is on its own is only available as a prescription. Unauthorized possession can get you up to 5 years in jail and also an unlimited fine. Supplying to someone else, including friends, can get you up to 14 years and an unlimited fine. Small amounts of codeine are in some medicines.
Codeine can lower blood pressure and can suppress normal breathing.
Games such as GTA promote the use of drugs, such as weed and other sorts of hallucinogenics. For example, in everybody's apartment, which each player gets, there's a bong sitting on the table, which anyone can go take, and it seems as if it's just part of the game. There's also mushrooms lying around the map, which can turn you into an animal, e.g. a hallucination
Of LSD.
Yeah, which is basically LSD.
Also online, you can also buy separate editions, such as coke houses, weed farms, etc. And then you make profit off of that, which is enticing people maybe to start doing it to make quick money. So, what do you guys think? What's your opinions on drugs?
I reckon that drugs should be, and they are, illegal. But the only drug that I would ever think shouldn't be illegal would be weed, because it doesn't have many downsides. It doesn't really deteriorate your body in any way or shape or form. It kind of just like makes you more happy and chill.
So you think alcohol should be banned?
No, I don't think alcohol should be banned, but I think it should be moderated more on the roads to stop drunk driving.
I don't know why alcohol is like legal when cannabis isn't, and other drugs, because alcohol is just as addictive as drugs. Do you not
I reckon
agree?
because it's just so widely used. Like so many people drink alcoholic drinks that it's just part of society because we've been doing it for like years.
Yeah, but why do you think that is?
People also do drugs a lot.
Yeah, but
And that doesn't stop anyone still.
it's not a bigger majority. Hey Reece, what do you think?
Yeah, Reece, what do you think?
What?
What do you think,
About what?
Reece?
Opinions on drugs.
And alcohol.
Whether they should be.
Nah, they shouldn't be legalised.
What about?
What about weed? Because that doesn't really have that.
Do you think that's fair
Yeah, it's
though?
not too bad for you.
Because of alcohol. Do you think that's fair?
No,
Why?
I don't know.
I think that stuff such as cannabis, because I think if a drug has as much an effect on your body as to drive you insane or to kill you, technically, which I mean alcohol does have, but it's not as easy to do. So like compared to cocaine or something, I think that a drug like that should be illegal. But a drug where it's just like if it just makes you chill or like a little bit silly, I think they should be fine. But they should be like they should have like legal weed stores where they sell it, not just random people. Because it's safer.
'Cause it's-
safer.
Yeah, be more safe. Do you think music has any involvement in people taking drugs?
No, not really.
Why is that?
I don't really know.
In certain grime music and rap in the UK, they use a lot of drug references.
But I don't think people go use drugs just because someone said it in a song. Like,
Some people do. They don't know what to do. They're confused, depressed.
But songs can have a really strong effect on the way people act.
yeah.
Like the guy who killed John Lennon, he liked his song so much that he got to the point where he was so obsessed with it.
He killed him
So if
for some reason.
yeah, I don't know. So if like, somebody encourages drugs enough, you can think, oh, I love this person. They think drugs are good. So
Let's just start using
Especially if someone has an idol that is doing drugs, they're more likely to do drugs
Yeah.
themselves because they look up to that person.
it. Very true.
It is very true.
and some people would say that weed is a gateway drug onto other worse
Yeah.
drugs.
Well, most people do start with weed and then go on to other ones bigger.
Now, do you agree with that?
The starter drug.
Yes.
I feel like you can disagree with that, but you could also agree with that. You'd have to do more research.
I think
Mm.
weed kind of gives you
Mm.
access into the
Yeah.
world, doesn't it? Because if you know someone who's selling weed, then he probably knows someone who's selling crack, and it kind of just carries on.
Goes
and
on
then
and
you think,
on.
oh, because if you do weed enough, it will. I think maybe like you might get bored of the high, and then you think, oh, I need something
Yeah, try
stronger.
something new.
And it carries on escalating until the point where you're sitting there injecting heroin 24/7, just to try and stay high.
So you do think it's a gateway drug?
Yes, I do think it's gateway drug.
Onto doing more serious drugs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like injecting yourself
Yes.
and crack.
Yeah.
What most people that smoke weed will probably do crack.
I'm not saying that most people will.
Higher chances.
Yeah, have a higher chance of doing other sorts of drugs than a person who doesn't just smoke weed, because they have access to a person who is in that area, so it kind of find other people who are selling the other stuff, and they think I might as well.
Yeah. All right, Reece.
Hmm?
You? What's your opinion?
I've personally thought most people would start off as alcohol or just tobacco in general, because they're the legal ones that you can take over a certain age. But then if the people take it like that, and then they could get addicted to like being drunk for some reason, and then go on to different things like, oh, I want to try weed, see what that's like.
That's an interesting thing. We haven't discussed tobacco.
Is tobacco a drug or just?
I'd say it's
Yeah, ain't a
addictive,
drug.
not a drug. It's bad for you, but it doesn't. There's no like.
Mental
Yeah.
effects,
No.
except from dependence.
Yeah, and that isn't even that deep.
But then it affects your lungs and
No.
health.
Yeah.
That's
But
probably.
then all drugs basically do.
Yeah.
To be fair.
That's why anything with nicotine isn't really that great.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nicorette.
But if we're going on the fact of something makes it addictive, then you could consider coffee a drug because
Yeah,
coffee's got
true.
caffeine.
I'm addicted to coffee.
Addicted. Reed's a drug addict.
I drink coffee every day though.
Coffee isn't that
Yeah.
bad. Coffee's good. It wakes you up.
I'm leaving. I'm going.
Yeah, but
What, do you drink tea?
It's addictive. It's addictive.
I think tea's disgusting.
I drink tea. I drink
No,
tea and coffee.
tea's
If
just
it has
like
caffeine in it, you get
boiling
addicted.
water, basically.
So, with a tea bag.
There's no
Sugar,
flavour.
maybe a little bit of milk.
But they both contain caffeine, which makes you want to carry on drinking it.
What tea?
Yeah,
contains
tea has
coffee?
caffeine, which makes you want to carry on
I
drinking.
thought it was only coffee.
Unless you have
very
decaf,
weird.
which will, because then it's like caffeine
Yeah.
and like caffeine and nicotine are almost the same thing, because it's just the thing where it makes you want
They
more.
go well
You want-
together.
yeah, because you want more. And then the same thing could be said for other sorts of drugs, because they all contain nicotine or addictive substances.
What are your
Yeah.
opinions on just pills in general? Even like paracetamol and that,
Yeah, painkillers.
because that is considered a drug, and people do overdose on them for some
Yeah.
reason.
Who?
Paracetamol.
Yeah, I know.
I think
know.
it's this thing is if you take, I think anything could be considered a drug almost if it has a property that makes you want to do more, but they're not considered drugs because it doesn't actually affect your body unless I mean it does. If it affects your body, then obviously a drug. For
Yeah.
example, like paracetamol will affect your body, but I mean if it's just you like the taste of Diet Coke because it's got caffeine in it, and after a while you think, oh, I'm just drinking Diet Coke all the time. It's not really a drug. It's just a
Something you really
it's
like.
It's an addiction, but it's not a drug. So only stuff that has other substances other than nicotine that like affects you is a drug.
Yeah, but you could say anything's addictive. Like once you've eaten one Pringle, I can't stop eating the rest of the Pringles. So you could kind of look
Yeah.
that back into maybe you just like it, and it isn't being addictive. You're just mistaking something that you like for being addictive.
Or something that you can't live without.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, but it doesn't really affect your body unless you eat like 20 Pringles can a day and then become obese, and then that obviously affects your body. But if it's just when you open a Pringle can, if you have one, you open one, you eat the first one, you think, oh, I might as well just eat the rest. That's
Yeah.
just addiction. But that's like just I want a Pringle can. It's just I want to eat Pringles. It's not like I have to have like 3 joints a day to try and stay sane. It's not the same.
Anyone got any opinions on why people do it and why it's addictive?
It's what's inside, really.
Peer pressure
Yeah.
maybe from friends. Some people might just do it for a bit of fun, experimenting. Do you mind? Do you mind?
Damn, Reece.
Whose phone was that?
Alex.
Reese's.
That's Alex.